Hello there villagers, welcome back to another video here in Stacy's Random POV. Don't forget to have those post notifications on right after you subscribe and you like this video, because you never know when I'm going to be posting a very interesting video like this one. I'm sure you guys saw the shorts that I posted on my channel regarding what happened in Clyde, North Carolina, and I said I was going to make a video following up about the details of what happened in that video. Before I jump into the story, I have to tell you, go grab your drinks, go grab your snacks, because this video is going to be a lengthy one, and best and believe you're going to need all of your attention, because this is going to be a roller coaster. Okay, so first off, let's give it up to Boss of Entertainment, who was the gentleman that went through this entire mess. And if you are on TikTok, please don't hesitate to stop by his channel and help him out, because he is actively looking for a lawyer. So I went back to his TikTok channel, and this is what he posted on the part 1 video that I posted on my short about what happened that day. So he says, on June 28th, 2025, I was doing a delivery of mulch in Clyde, North Carolina at a dump field called TBD dump site. I arrived at the dump site early without knowing that I wasn't supposed to be there that early, which was only 45 minutes before they opened up at 6:30. An employee approached me and told me I was not supposed to be there that early, and told me that normally drivers park up the street and wait until opening time. I wasn't aware, because that was my first time dumping at that site. I let him know that and told him that I will turn around at that time. It was 15 minutes before it opened up. He told me not to worry about it. We're about to open up. I'm going to open the gate. Just don't come in until 6:30. He left, and shortly afterwards, the owner of the dump site son pulls up and informs me that because I was the first one in line, I would have to go all the way around and wait for everybody that came after me to get in front of me, and then he will tell me where I can go. We had a quick back and forth, and I just followed his instructions and went around and waited. 20 minutes of waiting, he pulls back up to the truck, and 5 guys and his pistol hanging from his waistband. He walks up to my truck and says, "Where is my phone? I know you have my phone." After about 40 minutes of him accusing me, I let him search my truck. The owner of the dump site pulls up, which is his father. They check the camera and they let me go. I go all the way up to the top of the hill to start dumping my load. While I was dumping my load, he claims that he found his phone outside of the truck on the ground. So he decides to come back up to the top of the landfill with him and his friends and guns, and start to run after my truck and attack me, opening my door. I put the truck and drive to pull off. In the mix of me trying to pull off, they run and go get 2 bulldozers and flipped my trailer and tipped my truck over. I am currently looking for an appropriate lawyer to handle this case. If anybody has any recommendations, may you please tag them under this post or comment an appropriate way for me to contact them. Thank you. Okay, well, as you guys can see, that was a whole lot, and of course you guys can pause and put me on mute and read it for yourself. This is what Bossed Up and had to say about what happened that day. And of course, I went and did my cute little digging. As you guys will see shortly, I went and figured out what is this company and what is it that they do, and what would drive them to have such a strong and negative reaction to this gentleman just arriving early. So this is what I found thanks to my little friend called Google. So I looked up TBD dumping in Clyde, North Carolina, and nothing came up under that name. But what it did give me was a link to an Instagram of the same video, and that had the address of the location where this young man was in. And so what I did was I put up the address, and it gave more information about that business. I believe it's a solid waste management location where you can dump stuff from construction to gardening to anything of the sort. Just make sure that it's solid, where you can safely get rid of it. Of course, that's what a waste management is, without harming the environment. So as you guys can see on your screen, everybody's talking about this: Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course my personal favorite is Reddit. So I clicked on the Reddit link, and of course it took me to the article talking about this, and the comment section were just insane. Okay, whenever you guys have time, get on Reddit, put in Clyde, North Carolina landfill situation, and you will be directed to it. And I've had a field day. The comments are hilarious, funny, on point. And the best part about this is that it gave me a link to the news article that covered this with the letter of quote unquote apology of this company. Well, the bigger guys, the corporation. And of course I'm gonna read it to you guys. So I clicked on it, and this is what it says. All right, so this is the website, and then it says company's response, right? Nice and cute. And I just want to stop and say that if this is where they would have stopped. Like, they should have stopped right here. We are aware of the video search involving a confrontation of one of our project sites. The footage is upsetting and does not reflect the standard of professionalism and respect we expect on any job site where our name is presented. That would have been proper. That's it, and that's all. But no, they just kept on digging their own grave. This is the full apology that they gave. And it goes a little something like this, starting at the second paragraph. We want to be clear. The language and behavior displayed in the video are unacceptable. While not all individuals involved have been confirmed as Wright Brothers employees, we are actively investigating to determine the facts and the roles of those present. Preliminary accounts indicate that some of our employees attempted to de-escalate the situation when a member of the public arrived at an active construction zone, filming and refusing repeated requests to leave or lower their phone for safety reasons. Regardless of the circumstances, threats, hateful language, and any form of discrimination have no place on our projects or within our company. We are taking immediate steps to identify those involved, assess any violation of our code of conduct, and apply disciplinary action where appropriate. Wright Brothers Constructions is committed to fostering a work environment and public presence built on respect, accountability, and integrity. We are initiating additional training for all supervisory personnel focused on conflict resolutions, respectful communication, and maintaining professionalism in difficult situations. Now, I understand that some of you will say, but what is wrong with the statement? This is a proper statement. It's very much so professional, and they definitely are trying to take accountability for what happened to that gentleman. However, it's funny how they mentioned in their statement the gentleman being told to put his phone down. However, they were closed. The business was not open. So how was it an active landfill construction zone when they were closed? And then on top of that, to accuse him of stealing someone else's phone when he got his own phone, and then using companies' equipment to tip over his truck. This whole entire statement, they could have just saved it, because it's not genuine, it's not a proper apology, and they still try to find a way to blame it on this man. And honestly, I am glad that he is suing, because this statement is rubbish. And let's not even pretend like there isn't an undertone of racism in this man's behavior, their language, their body language. Even though I wasn't with him, I feared for his safety. It's just ridiculous. It was just a ridiculous situation all across the board. To the lady asking me what happened to the puppy, stick around. I have a video from Boss Up giving us an update about his puppy. I also got an update video with his reaction explaining what happened. It's a little bit later, and you guys already know what I like to do here. I like to bring in other people's opinions about this matter, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I'm so excited for us to have this conversation in the comments, and I hope I explained this to you properly. Like always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Once you subscribe, you automatically become a member of this village. You love this village. You appreciate this village because, baby, it takes a village. Put up that post notification so that every time I post a video about something interesting, you will be the first to know. And help me get to 1K. Thank you to the 400 subscribers that I have. You guys are amazing. We are celebrating every milestone. Check out these reactions. And again, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Go back. He's like, nah, you got 30 minutes, just sit right here. I'm gonna open up the gate, just don't come in. Cool. I said, okay, cool. So 6:15, 6:20 come around. The guy in the green shirt pulls up, which is the owner of the company's son. He pulls up and he says, before he walks up to the truck, I noticed he was very red and very upset already. So I'm like, let's just calm down. I didn't even drop the window yet. The window ain't even dropped before he started speaking to me because I noticed that he was very upset. So I'm telling him before he walked up, calm down, calm down. So when I did drop the window, he was very, upset. I guess it was early in the morning, so, he was ready to let off his anger on me. So when I dropped the window, I'm talking to him. He's like, look, man, you're not supposed to be here. What I'm gonna make you do, since you were the first one in the line, I'm gonna make everybody that came in after you go before you, and you're gonna be the last one to go in line. So we had a back and forth about that. 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, it's cool. So I sat right there. He said, all right, go up to the middle. It's 3 parts of the story, y'all. The bottom of the hill, the middle of the hill, and the top of the hill where I was dumping my load at, okay? This all started at the bottom of the hill, the entrance. So we at the entrance, he told me I had to go around, so I had to go around to the middle part, wait at the middle while everybody came from the bottom and went past me.
This comment is in response to a video that I made yesterday about the driver that had an altercation with some people in TBD dump in Clyde, North Carolina. Now, I don't know if the people were being racist. I don't know any of that because I didn't see the very beginning of the situation. We only see a small clip, okay? My point of the whole thing is this. If you go to a place either to pick up or drop off a load and there is negative energy, number 1, call your company and let them know. Number 2, make a decision on whether or not you're going to stay and deal with it or you're going to leave. Me personally, after I let my company know, I'm leaving. I don't care if it's picking up the load, dropping off the load. I don't care. Because what you're not going to do is disrespect me and put me in a situation where I feel like I'm unsafe. Case in point, I was down in Texas. The man that was supposed to be unloading my truck was talking very disrespectful to me. I don't know if he didn't like women drivers. I don't know if he didn't like black women drivers. I don't know what the case was. I don't know. I didn't care. I called my company and I let them know that man has one more time to say something negative to me and I'm leaving. I don't care if he's half done, all the way done. I didn't care. And my company's like, well, all right, Michelle, calm down. Because they already know I go from 1 to 100. But what I'm not going to do is allow someone to make me feel less than. Especially when I got your stuff on my trailer, okay? I will leave. You don't have to put up with it. And if your company is demanding that you stay there, you don't need to work for that company. 1 + 1 is 2 every day. Doesn't change.
Did you see this video out of Clyde, North Carolina, where a group of white men intimidate and harass a black truck driver, even flipping his truck over? Listen to this. This was terrifying. And to begin with, anyone who's asking why is he saying yes sir during the video, this guy was scared. These racists know the kind of intimidation tactics that they are using. Threatening him with the police, saying something bad is going to happen to you. Now, this is the person who this happened to. I've tagged them below if you want to watch all the videos, but let me give you a little background. This is the truck driver this happened to, and he said that he showed up at this dump site, which was the first time he was going there, 45 minutes early. When he first got there, these guys were already being all weird about him being there 45 minutes early, which again, he didn't know. So he told me he had to go outside and wait in line until they opened, which he did. But then when they opened, they told him, actually, you have to go to the back and let everyone else in. He does that, and then 20 minutes later, the owner's son walks up to him with 5 guys and a pistol. They're accusing the truck driver of stealing a phone. They search his entire vehicle, even look at the cameras, and then they let him go. After that altercation, he was allowed to proceed with the work that he was there to do. But as the truck driver was trying to dump the load, that's when they showed up with 2 bulldozers and tipped the truck over. And alleging that they found the phone on the floor in front of his truck. The company that the white guys work for put out a statement saying that they're aware of the confrontation that happened at one of their work sites. And going on to say that preliminary accounts indicate that some of our employees attempted to de-escalate the situation when a member of the public arrived at an active construction zone, filming and refusing repeated requests to leave or lower their phones for safety reasons. He didn't want to lower the phone for his safety. And the truck driver followed all of their instructions. It seems like the reason why he started filming was because they weren't de-escalating the situation. They were doing the opposite, with the pew-pew. I'm so sorry this happened to this dude, but he wants our help to try and get this story out there.
I know you guys have seen this video by now. It's going viral. Construction dumping site called TBD in Clyde, North Carolina, I believe. It's absolutely insane. A group of white men attacking a black guy. He's a truck driver, a dump truck driver. He's being accused of stealing a phone. He said he didn't do it. He allowed him to search his truck, got in his personal space, searched everything, looking for the phone. Did not find the phone. They reviewed camera footage, saw that it wasn't him, and then later on they told him to go dump the stuff that he's carrying. They came back this time with a firearm on the hip, like he said, attacking him, and then eventually they turned over his truck, man, his truck and trailer, turned it over, attacked his dog. This is absolutely ludicrous. I'm against racism. I'm against things like this. If he didn't steal the phone, there's no reason for you guys to attack him. There's no reason for you guys to treat him like this. This is unacceptable, man.
TBD dumping site in Clyde, North Carolina. Y'all let y'all grandpappies and grandmammies racist genius get the best of y'all. When y'all attacked a black man who was just doing his job, a delivery driver who was delivering mulch. Y'all even attacked the damn man's 2-month-old dog. And because y'all are so mean and pathetic, y'all flipped over this man's 8-wheel truck. Or 16, I don't know. But let me tell y'all, karma is a bitch, but death is her sister. And this is not the year to be effing around with indigenous black Americans. Even the chief of police, he was in on it. TBD Dumping Company will become a big old dump after this. Toot-toot-toot-toot.
When I very first seen the video of that black truck driver in North Carolina today, I was outraged and also sickened. Those men were using modern day intimidation tactics with a Jim Crow ass energy. And to the people in the comments that were saying, why is he constantly saying yes, sir, to them? Why is he saying yes, sir? I'm happy that he was saying yes, sir, to them. Because guess what? He was not the one that was being aggressive. And what is the very first thing that people love to say about black people when we are upset? Why are you being so aggressive? They were the ones that were being very hostile and antagonistic. So when it's time to present this case in a court of law, guess what? This video is going to clearly confirm what the defendant is going to be saying. And then they said that 2 of the men used bulldozers to flip one of the trucks over. All of this while the man was trying to leave. What they did to that man was targeted violence. And we all know the only reason why they were acting so tough is because they knew that this gentleman was outnumbered. That's the only reason why they were acting tough. Get in your truck before something happens. That's a threat right there. But what I'm not getting is, why are they so upset at these men because they arrived early? Like, what do you all have to hide up there? Is it something that you didn't want them to see? At the end of the day, I hope he sue y'all ass for everything that y'all got. And y'all need to learn a life lesson. The color of your skin doesn't make you better than nobody. It just makes you a different shade of human. Learn how to act accordingly.
So this happened in North Carolina, right? So the truck driver goes into details, and he was like, he arrived at the site a few minutes, like 45 minutes early. So he was like, a man came to the gate and he told him he cannot let him in, and he can't come in until 6:30. So the man said, okay, cool. But he was like, I'm gonna unlock the gate, but you won't be able to come in until a few minutes. So the man was like, a few minutes later, the owner of the area son pulls up in his vehicle, and he tells him that he would have to get to the end of the line. And so him and the man, I guess, exchanged words or whatever, woo the woo. So a few minutes later, the man had done left. So he was like, why the man ended up coming, and he said he got to the back of the line, but he said he waited like 20 minutes before he got in. So he was like, why the man came back to his truck and told him he have his cell phone in his truck. So the man was like, I don't have your cell phone. Was trying to say he stole it. So they checked the man's truck, everything, y'all, didn't find the phone. So this man said at this point he had done went inside the gate, I think. So he was like, why the man comes back with like 5 more men with pum-pums on their hip, in their hands. So the man was like, he looking like, what's going on. So the man came back and told him, hey, I found my phone on the ground by your truck, where your truck was at. I guess trying to make it seem like the man stole his phone and threw it out his truck. So, yo, the man said they got like tractors or something and must have tilt the man truck over. Y'all, it was an ongoing situation out there, and from the video footage, you could see what took place and what happened. So they were trying to pick something with this man just to try to do something to him. But this video needs to be put out. This video needs to go viral. And from the video footage, you hear when a man was telling him, go ahead now before something happened to you. That very much sounds like a threat. That sounds like a threat. But TikTok, this is for entertainment purpose only. I'm only on here to bring awareness to my friends for educational purposes only. Y'all like, share, comment, and repost if you see this video, because this needs to be pushed out. Bye, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Okay, y'all. So I just wanted to jump on here to say that if the employees and that gentleman was not supposed to have phones on them in that zone, construction zone, why was it that their employee was making a fuss about his cell phone? If phones are not allowed in that zone, why was this gentleman accusing this black man of stealing his phone when his phone was supposed to be nowhere near where they was at? If any one of you guys know about the policies and procedures of this company or anything of the sort, maybe the supervisors are allowed to have a phone, I don't know. But if neither one of them are supposed to have a phone on them, why is this gentleman using company vehicles, equipment to tip over this black man's truck? But anywho, I can't wait to hear what we got to talk about in the comments. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.